Hello, welcome back to my channels. Today we'll talk about General Hospital. Viewers have been expressing their dissatisfaction regarding two storylines on the ABC daytime drama. Fans have been seeking answers regarding the death of Drew Kane, and also wondering about the child Kim Nero gave birth to, who is supposed to belong to Julian Jerome. Now, according to Soap Dirt and other spoilers, both situations might be resolved in the near future. Fans have been buzzing about the death of Liz Weber's husband, and the fact that Roger Howarth will return to Port Charles as a character other than Franco. Several spoilers have suggested that he may come back to town as Drew Kane. The thinking is that Drew survived the plane crash, and will somehow make his way back to Port Charles. Soap Dirt says a leak has revealed that both Kim Nero and Drew Kane will return to Port Charles. Tamara Braun is back on Days of Our Lives, so her character Dr. Nero would more than likely be recast. Viewers desire answers for why it was revealed prior to Julian's death that Kim had a son. It is being implied that Julian Jerome is the boy's father, but viewers know she slept with Franco when he believed he was Drew. Viewers knew there was a reason Julian saw Kim's son shortly before he was murdered. It will be interesting to find out how this plays out, because now both Franco and Julian are dead. Viewers thought Franco's Drew memories would be what put Peter August away, but now that is no longer a possibility. This is why fans believe Drew will have to show up to put all the pieces together and take Peter down. Fans of Wes Ramsey do not want his character to leave the show, but if he is proven guilty, then he will go to jail if he is not killed. Peter August murdered Franco, so he must pay for that crime, if not the others. It is possible that the powers that be might allow Peter to get away with his crimes, but his going full phase-on Maxie is probably what will seal the deal for his ultimate fate. Spoiler alerts have in the past alleged that trusted sources and leakers have revealed that certain things were going to happen, but they never did. This is why viewers can no longer believe spoilers as they once did. If indeed Drew and Kim are returning to Port Charles, then their storylines will no doubt be connected. Because of the timeline, however, there does not seem to be a way to twist things and have Drew be Kim's baby daddy. This is what makes a possible return of these two so compelling. There are also viewers as well as spoilers that believe Franco faked his death. But this probably is the least likely scenario. The writers did to Scott Baldwin's son the same thing they did with Julian Jerome, and left no doubt that he has met his demise. Franco was shot at close range and practically bled out on the floor. He was also seen in the drawer in the morgue by Trina, Cam, and Jocelyn, so a faked death does not seem feasible, although it cannot be ruled out. It has been reported that Roger Howarth's contract negotiations fell through, and this is why he will be off the show for a while. He renegotiated and now will come back to General Hospital, but not as Franco. Some fans and spoiler have suggested that Howarth might show up as a ghost, but he would not have signed a new contract for that. Be on the lookout for spoilers and breaking news to find out who Howarth will be when he shows up again in Port Charles. Stay tuned and see who will portray Kim Nero, and how the return of these two will affect life in Port Charles in the future. General Hospital audiences have actually been revealing their discontentment relating to two stories on the ABC daytime drama. Fans have actually been looking for responses relating to the death of Drew Kane, and likewise questioning the kid Kim Nero brought to life, who is expected to come from Julian Jerome. Now, according to Soap Dirt and other spoilers, both scenarios might be fixed in the future. GH fans have actually been buzzing about the death of Liz Weber's spouse, and the reality that Roger Howarth will go back to Port Charles as a character aside from Franco. Numerous spoilers have actually recommended that he might return to town as Drew Kane. The thinking is that Drew made it through the aircraft crash, and will in some way make his way back to Port Charles. Soap Dirt states a leakage has actually exposed that both Kim Nero and Drew Kane will go back to Port Charles. Tamara Braun is back on Days of Our Lives, so her character Dr. Nero would more than most likely be modified. Audiences want answers for why it was exposed prior to Julian's death that Kim had a boy. When he thought he was Drew, it is being indicated that Julian Jerome is the kid's dad. However, audiences understand she slept with Franco. Audiences understood there was a factor Julian saw Kim's boy quickly prior to he was killed. Since now both Franco and Julian are dead, it will be fascinating to discover out how this plays out. GH audiences believed Franco's Drew memories would be what put Peter August away. Now, that is no longer a possibility. This is why fans think Drew will need to appear to put all the pieces together and take Peter down. If he is shown guilty, then he will go to prison. If he is not eliminated, fans of Wes Ramsey do not desire his character to leave the program. However, Peter August killed Franco, so he should spend for that criminal activity, if not the others. It is possible that the powers that be may enable Peter to get away with his criminal activities. However, his going complete phase-on Maxie is most likely what will seal the offer for his supreme fate. Spoiler Notifies have in the past declared that relied on sources, and leakers have actually exposed that particular things were going to occur. However, they never ever did. As soon as did, this is why audiences can no longer think spoilers, as they then their stories will no doubt be linked, if certainly Drew and Kim are returning to Port Charles. Because of the timeline, nevertheless, there does not appear to be a method to twist things and have Drew be Kim's infant daddy. This is what makes a possible return of these two so engaging. There are likewise audiences along with spoilers that think Franco fabricated his death. However, this most likely is the least most likely situation. The authors did to Scott Baldwin's child the exact same thing they made with Julian Jerome, and left no doubt that he has actually satisfied his death. Franco was contended close quarters and almost bled out on the flooring. He was likewise seen in the drawer in the morgue by Trina, Cam, and Jocelyn, so a fabricated death does not appear practical, although it cannot be eliminated. It has actually been reported that Roger Howarth's agreement settlements failed, and this is why he will be off the program for a while. He renegotiated and now will return to General Hospital, however not as Franco. Some fans and spoiler have actually recommended that Howarth may appear as a ghost. However, he would not have actually signed a brand new contract for that. When he reveals up once again in Port Charles, be on the lookout for spoilers and breaking news to discover out who Howarth will be. Stay tuned and see who will represent Kim Neto, and how the return of these two will impact life in Port Charles in the future. Thanks for watching. We'll keep you posted as other Band B news and updates come in.